Hello, friends! I am late, of course, but I'm here. It is a bright and sunny day. I can tell that I'm still having sinus pressure goop. But it is what it is. I am here. Pie, hello, Conquest, hello, exactly. Listen, I had some stuff to take care of this morning. I've been trying to do better time management for pretty much the whole year. I'm sort of trying to find a way to schedule everything that doesn't feel like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I'm not necessarily doing the best job of that. But I have put my exercise back into my routine, which has thrown things off again, because obviously I had a schedule that didn't involve exercise, and now I have a schedule that does involve exercise, and so of course it's sort of thrown everything on its head again. But I'm being more active, I'm trying to be more healthy, and it's important. So if my schedule is a little bit all over the place, that's one of the reasons why, but hopefully I'll get used to it, right? I'll get used to having exercise at certain times of day and sort of building things around that. And at some point, I'm going to stop having this low-key pressure headache, because the low pressure systems and all that good garbage that moved through here at the beginning of the season will stop. I'm glad my stuff is easy, like a D&D event for Sunday. You have a D&D event on Sunday? Conquest, tell us about it. I am running a D&D campaign session off stream tomorrow. We usually do Saturday mornings, but we've moved to Friday night to sort of better accommodate people's schedules this week. I'm kind of ready. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Wow, I have not had enough coffee. I see we have 3 hydrates from Pie. Pie, I hope you're enjoying your lurk. I am doing those hydrates now. A 1. A 2. A 3. 3 licks to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, according to the owl. A campaign that's been running for 30 years. Conquest, that's amazing. Mine's been running for like 6 months. And we meet like once a month. So my players are, almost said chapter 3. What is wrong with my brain this morning? This is not boding well. Level 3. They are currently about to meet a new party member. So that's really fun. We'll probably take some time out of this particular session to do an impromptu session 0 for the new player, so that they can develop some connections with the party, and also so that they can get acquainted with WTF is happening, because they're sort of being thrown in to the middle of all this other stuff that's happening. But it's nice because we have a hard time sometimes scheduling a session that everyone can get to, even though we're only trying to do 1 a month. And it just so happened that the stars aligned. Everyone's going to be available for this new introduction. And so hopefully that's a good sign that in the future we'll always find a day where we can get the stars. I think the hardest thing about playing D&D as an adult is finding a time when everyone can get together for like 4 hours and do something. You're killing a player Sunday. Do they know? Do they know that it's happening? A temp video to me? Dang! That's so cool. I didn't even get a chance to send you the art yet. You hope they don't know. Oh no. Is it 100% happening? Is it like, are they going to be able to avoid the death if they like choose the right options and roll really well? Or is it like 100%, a hundo P that they're going to have a demise? Hundo P! Conquest. Good luck. Man, I don't know how I would feel if I went into a session knowing I was gonna murderate someone. Everyone is always like, yeah, when authors kill characters, they're like, heh heh heh. And I'm usually like sobbing into a tissue box. The tissue box is right there. in case anyone wonders, one of the reasons why there's tissues on my desk is because I'm a crier. As we established yesterday on stream, I'm a crier. When one of my characters is really suffering, that's one of the reasons the tissue box is there. The other reason is, you know, I'm sniffly at this time of year because, low pressure system. Freaking... I don't even know if it's all low pressure systems, but weather. I'm a human barometer. I hope it pulls a few heartstrings. I mean, I'm sure it will, especially if the party is, like, close. Like, if the party has ties. Man, D&D is so fun. But yeah, so I've got that coming up tomorrow. This week has just been so crazy. Spider incident aside. This week has just been I feel like so much has happened in a week. And on Monday, I have my BookBub feature deal coming up. So I'm going to be running around like crazy over the weekend, making sure everything is in place for that, because it's my first one. I've never done this before. I'm excited / nervous. Still kind of can't believe that my book even got chosen. So that's pretty amazing. And Ghost Pepper is also just a busy little beaver. He's not even going to be home for dinner tonight, so I get to order a pizza. I'm going to order myself a pizza. I decided I'm going to order myself a pizza. A pizza with goat cheese, because it's milder on my tum-tum, my lactose-intolerant tum-tum, and it's going to be delicious. And it's going to have pineapple on it. Pineapple and green pepper and caramelized onions and goat cheese and barbecue sauce. And chicken, I think. But that's like, you know, it's not the one we care about the most. Anyway, that's happening today. First thing of the day is that we're working on Everyone's Child. Brunewolf, hello. Yes, I'm ordering myself a pizza today. Because Ghost Pepper was like, I'm not gonna be home for dinner, just order something. And I was like, I haven't had pizza in forever. Because I can't just order from any old pizza place. I need someone that will let me easily sub the cheese. And they do have dairy-free cheese at this place, but they also have goat cheese. And I really like goat cheese, and it's easier on my stomach, so heck yeah. Anyway. Today, we're working on Everyone's Child, Book 2, Each One's Wayward Niece. We are at the halfway point. Neo, hello, how are you, my friend? What is up? We are hitting action scenes, my least favorite. But there's a big action sequence here in the middle of the book. It needs some attention, getting everything polished up. Usually when I write my fight scenes the first time, they're very sketchy and vague and not really interesting. So I kind of just try to get a like mesh framework in there of basic choreography. And then when I go back and do my edits, I try to actually make it interesting. I try to think about what the abilities of my characters actually are. In this case, there are some really powerful characters slinging some magic around. So I want to sort of get into the nitty-gritty details and make sure that I'm doing something that feels dynamic, that feels like it leaps off of the page and isn't just, you know, they lob fireballs back and forth. The clash of steel on steel. So that's what I'm mostly going to be doing today. I do have some notes for this scene, more notes than for the scene that we worked on yesterday. So we'll see. I'd like to get through 2 scenes on stream. We might only get through 1.5 because action scene edits are happening. That's totally fine. I can't really believe that we're at the halfway point of this book already. It feels like I just started it. It feels like I need to revisit my... It feels like I once again need to revisit how much time I'm actually spending on these books because I'm just like whip whirling through them. But we'll see what my betas think. If my betas are happy with the level of development that they're getting, then maybe I'll worry about it slightly less. I mean, I'm happy with how things are coming out. Just like, it's so much. Fight scenes, yes, Neo. Just PM me a pic, send 2 drafts in Discord, but have to scoot for a few. No worries. Yeah, sorry I didn't get a chance to send you anything this morning, Conquest. I pretty much just sat down at my computer when stream started. I was on my iPad and I don't have the stuff on there. So I'll send it to you later this eve. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day. Neo, if you're hungry, is it because you haven't eaten in 10 hours? When was the last time you ate, my friend? We're gonna get started here right shortly, because I gotta try to get into that focus place. Oh my gosh, I feel so groggy. I like this time of year because the days are lasting longer. It's not snowing anymore. If there's moisture, it's rain. But I also hate this time of year because I'm a human barometer and I just, every little change in the pressure. It's pizza time. Are you ordering pizza? Are you putting pineapple on your pizza, Neo? I will get the ears. But are you ordering a pizza? I'm not ordering a pizza right now. I'm gonna order it later. There will be pineapple on it though. Are you a fellow pineapple on pizza-onian, Neo? Do you love and appreciate the joy of pineapple on pizza? Apple, yay! Yes! Pineapple on pizza. Nordic Sparkle, hello. Apple, how is it going? Making your own pizza. That's the best too. We haven't done that in a long time. We can do pizza dough in our bread maker, and we should do it. I'm still ordering a pizza tonight, though. I love a white pie with pineapple, and you're going to hate me, green olives. Listen, just because I can't stand the smell of green olives doesn't mean that you can't enjoy them. I have genuinely tried to appreciate olives in my time, but I literally can't stand the smell of them. But Ghost Pepper loves olives. Can you see the ears? You can see the ears. There we go. I am a big fan of everyone get their own pizza. Like, when Ghost and I order pizza together, we either do a half and half, or we do 2 separate pizzas. Because we just do not like the same pizza. I like something that is sweet and tangy, because when you get pineapple on your pizza, you do need something like green olives or ham or bacon or something. For me, I get the tangy barbecue chicken, and so what offsets the sweetness of the pineapple is the tanginess in the barbecue sauce. Otherwise, I think it would taste weird if you were just eating cheese and pineapple. But Ghost likes, like, meat pizza. He likes the mushroom sausage, bacon, and that's just not my jam. I'm more of a, green onion, pineapple, barbecue sauce person. I'm also all for pineapple on pizza. Heck yeah! Represent! In Sweden, you can also get kebab on pizza, which is oddly satisfying comfort food. That does sound interesting. However, you can get sliced bananas on pizza, and that does sound like it wouldn't hold up very well, sliced banana. I think it's a sign of a great relationship if one couple loves olives and the other hates it. Yeah. If there are olives, Ghost Pepper gets all of them. He does not have to share. That wasn't meant to be a pun, but I can see how it would be. He gets all of them. Lol. I do tease him because I don't like olives. I'm like, bleh. And I genuinely cannot stand the smell of them. I do sit, like, across the room from him when he eats them because I just don't like the smell. But hey, you know, each person has their own palate, right? I eat some weird stuff, I ain't gonna lie. I like to put a biscuit on my pizza. It's weird, but I really enjoy the sweet on a biscuit with a spicy sauce. It's hard for me to imagine that because what we think of as biscuits over here is different than what you guys think of as biscuits. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know that if a biscuit for you would be like a cookie for us. Listen, this is why everyone should get their own pizza. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, but when you say biscuit, like when we think of biscuits, we think of like sort of breakfast biscuits that are sort of, I don't want to say hard, but they're sort of like, they're more bready and they're soft on the inside with like a hardened outer shell and they're not really sweet. So I feel like when you're talking about a biscuit, you probably mean, like a tea biscuit, like a cookie, like something that's more like almost like a sugar cookie kind of thing. Kebab pizza with garlic sauce and assorted fresh veggies like sliced tomato and pepperoncini? I'm not sure what that is. That sounds delicious, though. Heck yeah. Oh, that does sound like good comfort food. Man. I think that's one of the cool things, too, though, is that, like, everybody has a favorite pizza, right? It's like everyone has a favorite ice cream flavor. Mint chocolate chip right here. And everyone has, like, what they like on a pizza. And I just think... But that's why, like, when people are like, Ellie, you like pineapple on your pizza? Gross. I'm just like, okay, but what weird shit do you put on your pizza? Because, like, it's my pizza. I'm not asking you to eat my pizza. It's mine. I guess, too, I acknowledge, like... Ghost and I are in a place of, you know, privilege where when we order pizza, we can afford to get 2 separate pizzas. You know, when we go to the liquor store, we can afford to get separate bottles of wine. Like, I can acknowledge that, like, sometimes if you're trying to do, like, date night, you can't necessarily afford to buy 2 fully separate pizzas, or you have, you know, you've budgeted for 1 bottle of wine and you have to try to find something that you both like. But I'm a big believer in, like, just because you're a couple doesn't mean you're gonna like all the same things. So, like, let your treats be separate. You know, get he or she gets something that he or she likes and you get something that you like. And then it's nicer, right? Like, the number of times that I just kind of delicately sipped a red wine that I wasn't really into, just so Ghost Pepper could enjoy it. The number of times that he drank really sweet wines that he didn't like, yeah, that's love. But also, I don't know. You don't have to like the same shit. It's okay. People tend to put too many pineapples on their pizza. That's why people don't like it. I could see that. I definitely, like I was saying before, I think pineapple on pizza does need an offset. It needs something like really savory or tangy or salty, which is why it pairs really good with like ham or bacon or something like that. If you just throw pineapple and nothing else on a pizza, then it would probably not be the best. I love Quattro Formaggio. It's available in most pizzerias here in Sweden. It's literally just Italian for 4 cheeses. And it's interesting to see which cheeses each pizzeria puts on. Oh, that's such a cool idea. Like, again, like each place has their own pizza. Each has their own version of these are the 4 cheeses that we think pair well together. I think it's cool when, like, we have something in our culture that lets us sort of express our personality. Like, you can learn something... I mean, not necessarily anything deep or meaningful, but you can learn something about someone from like, hey, what's your favorite pizza? What's your favorite type of ice cream? Like, you know, if you could have any dessert, which would you choose? Because, yeah, we have to eat to live. But what we choose to eat when we can choose anything, like when there's all the options spread out on the table and you get to make, you know, that choice of I can do whatever fun, creative, yummy thing I want, then that becomes a form of self-expression, kind of like, you know, the clothing that a person chooses to wear in the morning, or, you know, whatever. The food that you sort of gravitate to as your comfort food is also an expression of self. And having grown up in, gosh, I get on these tangents. Having grown up in PA Dutch country, right, where we had a lot of food that you don't really find in other places, and that I've struggled to find as an adult because it's just not made anywhere else. I feel like I was exposed to a lot of different types of food and different types of like food culture expression, and that has made me like really adventurous and interested in like the foods that other people enjoy. This is living, hey! Beside traffic control for work, and I'm really not surprised that just now someone claims they didn't see me or the signs for a while back saying that I'm here has damaged the front of the car. Like they rear-ended someone. Oh no! Ugh. I hope no one is like putting you in danger, Diz is living. I hope you're safe. If you come to Stockholm, I'll take you to our local hole-in-the-wall pizzeria. Oh, I love hole-in-the-wall places. It might not look a lot to the world, but they serve the sloppiest, best pizza. Yes! Nordic Sparkle. As soon as I get a chance to go to Stockholm, I will look you up. That sounds amazing. As a chef taught me years ago, too many ingredients kills the ingredients. You're lost in the plate, and your mouth is lost too. That's true. Sometimes the thing that you really want is just fresh, pure ingredients. Alright, guys, before we make me too hungry, I'm gonna get into the editing. But dang, I do genuinely love having conversations like this because, like, there are so many foods that I don't even know about that are out there in the world that people are like, yeah, when I've had a really rough day, I come home and I eat this, and I don't even know what it is. And I'm so, I don't know if it's like the writer in me, but I'm so fascinated by it because I don't think we tend to think of food as a way of self-expression, but it totally can be, especially like what you crave, you know, on a bad day or on a cold day, or, you know, when you need a pick-me-up. And so many people throughout history have just come up with these amazing, delicious food pairings that I wouldn't even begin to imagine. It was like I had some pumpkin soup. That's what I had. I had some pumpkin soup in the house that was left over. Not enough to really do a meal. And our good friend Flanny was like, well, you could make a pasta sauce out of that with some sausage. And I was like, interesting. And I did it, and it was amazing. So, you know, just waiting to get off my work. My drawing tablet is sitting on my front porch right now, and I'm waiting to get to use it. Nice! Yes! Diz is living. I remember you saying that you were gonna practice drawing. I hope that the rest of your shift goes smoothly so you can go get to it. Wallenberg, is it? Oh my god, I'm gonna say this horribly wrong. Wallenberger? Or Berger? Please tell me how to say it so I can say it right. What is that? Tell me about it, Nordic Sparkle. I've not heard of this. I want to know. I'm going to start editing, so I'm going to be a little bit quiet, but tell me. Tell me about all. Like I said, I grew up in PA Dutch country. So like chicken pot pie to me isn't like a little pie in a pot. It's a giant thing of soup with, you know, chicken and broth and these homemade noodles, these big, thick homemade noodles that you roll out the night before and let dry. And that's chicken pot pie to me. So much good food if you're ever in central Pennsylvania, just ask about the PA Dutch dishes because they're the best. I love many foods, but many foods don't love me back. This is living. I feel you on that. I'd love to cook for you. I love cooking for others. Neo, I'd love to have you cook for me. It's a sharing experience. You give something, you put joy and love in it. Yeah, exactly. I love that too. I do think we're probably done with the ears. I know I've adjusted the camera like way up so you can see the ears. All right. Editing timer. Tell me about all your favorite foods, and we'll read them during the next break, and I'll get super hungry, and it'll be great. I like to cook with onions, but I don't really eat them anymore because they make my mouth go numb. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, Diz is living. That's a bad sign. If it's affecting your mouth that way, that's definitely a bad sign. We have a friend who can't eat onions because they upset her stomach as well. So whenever she comes over, we just don't cook with onions. She's like, I'm really sorry. It's so weird. I know it's like a base food. And we're like, girl, if they hurt you, we're not going to put them in your food. Dad, hello. You're just in time for the click-clacks. We're just starting. How are you and what are you up to? We're talking about comfort foods. Neo, I'm gonna start focusing, but you are an interesting person. Stop it. Stop it with saying that you're not. Definitely ramen. Yeah, Ghost really likes ramen too. Oh no! Oh no! One day I tried it and poof, anaphylactic shock. No! Dad, no! For me, it's all in the gut. If my body rejects a food, it's pain the next day. And I'm like, all right, I have to figure out which of the things I put in my mouth last night my body didn't like, so I don't eat it again. Which is safer because I'm not going to go into anaphylactic shock. But it's definitely not necessarily pleasant. Yeah, for sure. If you're getting numbness or tingling or anything in your mouth from any food, don't eat it, guys. That's an allergic reaction. I don't think food allergies are necessarily genetic because Ghost's mom is allergic to seafood and he's not. Oh no, it is important. It is important to know for sure, Dad, for sure. I've heard a few people say, hey, whenever I eat this, my mouth tingles and it's really cool. And I'm like, stop. Don't eat that anymore. That's not normal. don't want to call this a meeting, but I don't want to call this like a... gathering, maybe. Assembly. Having to do talk to text since I'm at work. No worries, This is Living. It's perfectly fine. I will catch up on all of this during the break, by the way. Keep going. Keep talking. I do think that there is a genetic predisposition towards allergies, but Dad is right that sometimes you just get one out of nowhere. And you can develop allergies into your 30s. Like, so even if you don't have one, if you're not born with it, or you're not like, you get to teenage years and you don't have it, you can still get it later, sadly. Apparently disclude is a non-standard word. Okay. Mixed feelings about that one. Boy, was I stream of consciousnessing this chapter. It is wretchedly organized. The spider is dead, Neo. I killed him. Hey, Sans Creativity, how's it going? Listen, Neo, he was in my territory and he was making aggressive moves. I had to put a stop to that. There are clips. There are clips. Not of the actual death. I did go into BRB mode during the actual spider battle. There was screaming. There was legit terror. You put your glasses like you're going to locate the spider. Yes, because I... Yes, because I actually can't see over distances. I can see close up. Exiled Faye, hello, hello. Yeah, we'll talk about the clips. We'll talk about the spider clips at the break. Sorry, was like mid-speech and wanted to finish it. Exiled Faye, why is today feeling so long for you? Also, hello, I hope you're doing well. Let me catch up. I know there was so much that I missed because I was trying to focus in. Neo, you are an interesting person to talk to, and about, and with. Please don't sell yourself short. I would love to have dinner and a chat with you. You have such fascinating ideas. Comfort food is definitely ramen. Ghost Pepper has like a patented home recipe that he uses for ramen when he's not working. He has it down to a science. He is so good at making ramen. I get these cravings when I don't feel good. I get these cravings for really like cheap, like bottom tier grocery store ramen, and he takes it and turns it into something that's just so delicious and so perfect for when I don't feel good. So yeah, good, like really good ramen as a comfort food is like the best. For a while I figured it's fine, they just make my mouth a little numb for a couple hours, but then at some point the couple of hours of numbness turned into a couple of days. Oh no, I don't want it to develop. No, for sure not. My comfort food is a cheap frozen pizza. Hey, I feel you. This thing is not good, but I always feel good when I eat it. Although it's not cheap today. It was 99 euros last year. Now it's 3.99. Dang, that is a markup. But no, I feel you. Sometimes, like I go to the grocery store and they have these like little stuffed mushrooms with like a seafood salad in them. And when I heat them up and eat them, they're like so delicious. That with a side of potato salad. Like I could eat that. I could eat that every day. It's so good. So yeah, sometimes you just want that thing that satisfies you and feels good. The word I can't say, what is it? Wallenbergar? Is a veal patty consisting of meat, eggs, breadcrumbs, spices, and whole cream. It's typically served with soft mashed potatoes, green peas, and just the smallest tad of melted butter. Some people add another word I can't say, which is cucumber that you put in vinegar for a while. Also like almost pickled cucumber. Or lingonberries for a fresh and tangy touch. That sounds amazing. That sounds so freaking delicious. Kind of curious if allergies are genetic. The only person in my whole family line allergic to poultry, so I doubt it's genetic. Yeah, for sure. I did mention, but my mother-in-law is allergic to seafood, and my husband isn't. We eat seafood all the time. She developed the allergy in her late teens. So I know that if someone in your family has a peanut allergy, then you are probably predisposed towards having a peanut allergy and should be more careful about finding out whether, you are allergic to something. But it doesn't seem to be directly genetic. My grandmother was lactose intolerant, but the rest of my family isn't. Not exactly the same, not exactly an allergy, but it just makes me wonder because my mother has an eclectic shock from onions. When I was younger, I never had any reaction to them, but at some point started developing and got worse over time. Anaphylactic shock, yes. Yeah. Sorry, my brain forward for a hot second. You can definitely get allergies later in life. In fact, our good friend Flutter has just started developing seasonal allergies a few years ago. And she's not thrilled about it because she never had to worry about that when she was younger. And now pollen, really, really bugs her. And she's just not thrilled for obvious reasons. If you have allergies, it doesn't mean your child will for sure have them, but there's a 50-50 shot if your spouse is also allergic. Your kid's odds go up 75%. Interesting. So there's possible genetic component, but it's not a guarantee. That's what I understand. There are other factors like environment, air pollution, respiratory, diet. Yep. all that stuff. My parents were a terrible genetic match. My dad is colorblind, and my mother carries the color blindness gene. And I happened to get that from both of them, which made me colorblind, which is extremely rare for people who are assigned female at birth. That is true. Yeah, it's much more common. Colorblindness or partial colorblindness is much more common because usually the X chromosome doesn't carry it, I think. It's usually on the Y chromosome. I feel like I'm explaining that badly. Both of my brothers are actually partially colorblind. And differently partially colorblind, because one of them sees more color than the other. But usually, because if you are born with an extra X chromosome, you usually don't end up having the predisposition towards it. But it does happen. Everything, all genetic combinations do happen. A meeting popped up. Dad, I hope it's a quick and easy meeting. Get my brother who had a 50-50% chance of being colorblind. That's crazy? But there are, when genetics are involved, there are lots of different factors. For colorblindness, it's just a genetic variability that's carried on the X chromosome. Oh, you already said this. That's why it's more common in the males, since they only have one copy of the gene, while the females have 2 copies. Exactly. You're doing fine with Talk to Text just as living. It's great. When you say I'm allergic to pineapple, it's not really exact. You're allergic to the protein in the pineapple. The exact cause of the allergy is not fully known. There's some ideas about what causes allergies and increased prevalence, diet, environment, exposure, allergens. Yep. Indeed. Oh, I think it was Joe who was like, isn't it normal when you eat pineapple for it to make your mouth tingle? And I was like, no, stop eating pineapple. Neo, you're fine. You're not talking too much at all. Nordic Sparkle, which book are you reading? Sans, also, how's it going? Sorry I was so quiet. I'm trying to be more quiet during the sprints, so I know I'm talking about stuff that you guys talked about like half an hour ago, but hopefully you guys don't mind. You put your glasses on like you're going into locating spider mode. Yes, I did. As soon as I saw that the big black dot had moved, I put on my glasses so that I could precisely locate where he'd gone. Just tired of the workday already. Exiled Faye, I hope you're getting close to the end of the day. I know you're like 3 hours ahead of me, so fingers and toes crossed that the rest of your shift goes smoothly. Homemade food is comfort food. Doesn't matter what it is as long as it's tasty. Oh, I feel you. Ghost Pepper is so good at like learning the best technique for making like a gravy or a broth or just whatever. He made a French onion soup about a week or so ago, and it was so good. It was like, I swear, it had restaurant level flavors, and he just made it at home on the stove, and I was like, this is so top notch. I was really looking forward to the avocado toast I ordered yesterday, and they got it wrong. No! Oh no, Exiled Faye, I'm so sorry. They gave me a roast beef or something. At least my husband got a second meal. Oh no, you're vegetarian, aren't you, Exiled Faye? Or vegan? That's the worst, when you can't even eat what they gave you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do get really nervous about ordering from certain places because I'm like, there's a couple places where every time I order something, they screw it up. So when I order from there, I specifically order in a way that's harder to screw up. But it's sad because sometimes if you want like that comfort food and then you don't get to have it. Ugh. I talk too much. No, you don't. Neo, just because I'm focusing doesn't mean you're talking too much. I think it's great that you talk with people during the sprints, especially since I'm focused elsewhere and not engaging. They wrapped up a roast beef sandwich in the paper and wrote avocado toast on the paper? That's like rubbing salt in the wound. That's like rubbing salt in the wound, is that it was labeled avocado toast and you open it up and it's definitely not avocado toast. That's the worst. Yeah, that's the thing with, because we get skip the dishes a lot, which is, I think, very similar to, I don't know if you have Skip the Dishes in the States, but it's very similar to like DoorDash, which we also have up here. And it's like, if they, because they just drop it off and drive away. By the time you're opening the bag, like, they're gone. So if your thing was wrong, you can contact the app and you can be like, you got my thing wrong. And sometimes the last time that happened to us, where we were like, one of our orders is wrong, they just refunded the whole order. So we basically got a free meal out of it. But they're not like, you're not gonna get the driver to go back and get the different, unless you order something else, but then you're paying double for delivery, right? So it's kind of it's kind of that toss up of like, if your order's wrong, there's very little you can do about it. We're lucky in that usually when our order is wrong, one of us, like one or the other of us, is still happy to eat whatever we got. And so we usually can still make a meal out of it. But I know that feeling of, oh, I was really looking forward to this, and then you don't get to eat it. DoorDash offers redelivery, but you still have to pay for the second delivery fee. Exactly, because someone has to drive all the way back and do the thing. It was the same for us, Exiled Fae. They actually put the money back on our credit card. So we were just like, all right, we'll order out again a few days later. But yeah, and I mean, shit happens. Like, people make mistakes. It happens. Especially in, you know, the post-COVID era where, you know, ordering out is probably a lot more hectic and stressful than it ever was in the pre-pandemic days. But I do know that feeling of, my fail, this isn't what I ordered. I even said to myself this morning, I was like, I'm gonna order myself a pizza, and they're probably gonna mess it up, but hopefully they won't mess it up in a way that makes it impossible for me to enjoy. I sound so French complaining in the kitchen. Hey, Neo, if I was in the restaurant, I totally would. If I'm at a restaurant and they screw up my order, I'm like, this isn't what I ordered. But at home, like, what can you do? I was mad at the universe, not at the person. Exactly. Exactly. Man, I love the sound of that meatball dish that Nordic Sparkle described. I might have to see if I can find, like... I probably won't be able to get, like, the exact stuff to make it, but I would have to look for the ingredients for that, because that sounds amazing. Sometimes, rarely, I screw up an order. Hey, it happens. I worked at a Starbucks, and every now and then you would get so many drinks on the line, and you would be focusing so hard that you would just go into autopilot, and you would realize halfway through making a drink, that's not what I'm supposed to be making. And sometimes you catch it before you give the drink to a person, and sometimes the person comes back and is like, excuse me, this isn't what I ordered, and you're like, oh fuck, because at Starbucks, they're really picky. At least the Starbucks I worked at, people were really picky about their custom orders, so you're like, oh fuck, here's a free drink. It usually happens when there's more than 20 people at once on multiple tickets. Yeah. And I try to remember the person that's working, the person who's making my order is human, the person who's delivering my order is human. One time we got delivery for, like, completely the wrong address, and it just so happened to be almost the exact same thing we ordered. And they probably got our order, and we were like, all right, whatever, it's close enough, we'll just eat it. But, you know, in situations like that, I try to remember that there's humans involved in all those transactions, and we all mess up sometimes. I gotta take a quick break because my Fitbit is about to vibrate my wrist and remind me that I have not moved this hour. There it goes. So I'm gonna get up, move around, get a stretch, reheat my coffee. We're gonna come back and do another 30 minutes of focus. If you need to get up, stretch, move around, grab something to drink, also take your medication if you haven't remembered to do so. Please remember to do all those things. Take care of this lovely meat sack that you're driving through the universe. And I will be back in 5.
violence in your eyes and it's a silent fighting. I see the lies in their mind and you can't decide cause they only blinding. Go away and go from the bad guys, follow my advice cause they're gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them through. Go, mommy, go now. I really don't want to see you cry. Mommy, go now. I really wanna brutalize, let him agonize, cause it's gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them through. Go, mommy, go now. I really don't want to see you cry. Mommy, go now. I really wanna brutalize, let him agonize, cause it's gonna be biting you. Cry, I know you've been loving him more than ever. Cry, I know you've been hurting you every day. Cry, but don't be afraid, cause he really don't matter. He will burn on fire. I see the violence in your eyes and it's a silent fighting. I see the lies in their mind and you can't decide cause they only blinding. Go away and go from the bad guys, follow my advice cause they're gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them through. Go, mommy, go now. I really don't want to see you cry. Mommy, go now. I really wanna brutalize, let him agonize, cause it's gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them through. Go, mommy, go now. I really don't want to see you cry. Mommy, go now. I really wanna brutalize, let him agonize, cause it's gonna be biting you. They're gonna kill if you let them through.
I have returned. My Fitbit is happy. My coffee is hot. Pi, welcome back. Back in 5, she said. It's been 5 seconds and she still isn't back. I meant 5 minutes, but hey. The balance is restored when we order groceries and they drop some random thing in our bag that we didn't order and didn't get charged for it. That happens for us every now and then too. And then I swear, like, so we switched grocery from like click and collect to delivery because the click and collect was just, they were always messing up our grocery order. And so we get the cheap delivery where it's like a wide block of delivery time. So it's like between 7 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So I think basically someone goes through and prepares our grocery order like first thing in the morning. And I think what happens is every time I order this really good sliced turkey for sandwiches, for lunch sandwiches, and every time they're like, we don't have it, sorry, but it's always in the bag. So my working theory, I don't know why this happens. We always get it. So I'm like, cool, whatever. But my working theory is that like when the personal shopper goes and does our order, that the deli just isn't open at that point. So they mark it as not being had, but then when the deli opens, some deli fairy goes through and makes sure they get like caught up on all those orders. Cause we always get it. And it's always what I ordered. But they're always like, we didn't have it, sorry. So I'm like, yeah, it's cool, whatever, because it's always in the bag. Sometimes, talking about stories of like when like orders have gotten mixed up or whatever, I've had some really amazing like personal shoppers too. Like I called the grocery store one time because they subbed out the ice cream that I ordered, and they subbed it for something that I really didn't like. So I called them and I was like, your system says you had what I ordered in stock. And they actually went and like flipped my order, like put in what I actually ordered. Fresh deli turkey. Yeah, it's like a oven roasted turkey. I think it's Lilydale, which is a Canadian brand. But it's like fresh. It's the deli where they have a hunk of meat and they go and they put it in the meat slicer and they actually like slice you the meat, so that it's not like the really super ultra processed stuff. And I get it every time, and it's delicious. But they always say that they're out of it. It feels a little like getting away with shoplifting, though it wasn't anything we did, just an Instacart shopper making a mistake. If it's something I really like, I drop them an extra tip. Yeah, for sure. So, and we go through, the grocery store that we order from actually has a delivery service, which is nice. So if they don't have something, they'll sub it. And then the person, when they come to the door, they'll be like, do you want the sub? And if you say no, they just take it back to the store and give it to somebody else, right? Lurk, will I check my emails and make some calls? And Neo, enjoy your lurk. We're gonna get back to focus, actually, and get some more work done. Because only got through the first 2 pages on that last edit, which is okay. Which is okay because I expected that to be, I expected this scene to be a bit rougher. So we're kind of where I expect me to be. So we're gonna do another 30 minutes. Like I said before, I'm gonna be a bit quieter during the focus times. Please don't feel like you guys have to be quiet or that you're talking too much. Just bear with me. I'll always catch up like I did before. But we're gonna do the focus and the clicky clacks and all that good stuff. Oh, the action part is starting, guys. Forgot how language works for a minute there. Mid-word. Oh man, I forgot how chaotic this scene is, and just everybody's just throwing down, and it's amazing, and I love it. I mean, it's a hot mess, but I love it. You need a nap, exiled Fae. I firmly believe that all work days should involve built-in nap break, but hopefully you're close enough to the end of your shift that you can get a nap soon. Happy 420 for those that celebrate. Indeed. Indeed. Oh my god, how is it the 20th of April already? What the hell? Oh man. Oh man, this is such top-notch chaos. Top-notch. I swear, Exiled Faye, I feel like we just got back from our trip, which was like March 31st, like 2 days ago, and now it's April 20th, and I'm like, alright, May is coming. Which reminds me, I think I have a thing coming up with Joe that I need to like schedule with him in May. 10 days. 10 days? 11 days? 11 days till May 1st? It's gonna be May. I think Shervinder has dictation. That's awesome. I've not tried a dictation program, but I know people who really like them. Queen Boxy, hello, hello. How's it going? I still have the picture I used as reference for this. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. those plurals I don't understand. Right. Axes. It's not spelled the way I would think it was spelled, but that's apparently how it's spelled. Ooh, I'm almost at the end of this scene, you guys. Alright, I just realized that I have not been submitting my words, so let me... a calculator so that I can submit those words. Edits. Nice. All right. Yes. Actually, I thought this scene was going to need a lot more work than it really did. I think most of the actual fighting, the part that I actually have to really fix, is going to be in the next scene, which the next scene with this group, which won't be edited until next week. But I do really like the setup for this. I just think it's working really well. The from zero to full chaos, I think serves it really well. And also, I mentioned when we did character creation for the knights, the 3 sleeping knights that are part of this particular story. If anyone remembers from way back when we were creating characters for this book, the 3 sleeping knights they have 2 forms. So they each have a sort of humanoid form with which they use to interact with the world, and they each have a sort of biblical angel form that they take when they are essentially in combat. And this is the first scene where we see all 3 of the knights go like full biblical form, taking a form that doesn't necessarily make logical sense. We've got a great ball of fire with like these flaming like wheels just surrounding it. We've got this geometric form with all these gigantic white feathered wings, and they're gonna fight, and it's gonna be fucking cool, you guys. I hope it's gonna be fucking cool. I'm gonna make it as cool as I possibly can. Chaos does rule. I love writing a scene and editing a scene where you can see the train wreck happening and the characters are like, how do I stop this? And everything they do just does not divert those 2 trains from rushing towards each other. And this is one of those scenes where, like, it happens so quickly. Everything just devolves so quickly that the main character is just, like, barely getting words out of her mouth before it escalates. And, like, she's trying to comprehend the first escalation as the second escalation is happening, and so on and so forth. Because, real talk, like, you know, the way fantasy epics work is that, you know, the premise is that somebody is, you know, enough of a badass to deal with a situation where most of us normal people would, you know, pee our pants and run away. And that's cool and all, but it's realistic that sometimes in a situation where you're seeing the beginning of one of these epic clashes, that you would just freeze. Because especially if things aren't going the way that you thought they would, or things seem so far beyond your realm of control, that you're just like, what? How do I? This is not... And that's basically what's happening with our main character here, is that she's like, this is not what I expected. I don't know how to deal with this. And she's getting like only halfway through these thoughts as things are happening around her. And so she has to think very quickly on her feet to figure out how she's basically going to divert the end of the world. So I really just like, because this is a character who, without spoiling too much, is usually presented as very calm, very collected, very in control of various situations. But it turns out that the reason why she looks that way isn't necessarily because she's good at keeping her calm or good at keeping her composure. It's because she's good at avoiding situations where she doesn't have control or wouldn't be able to keep her composure. And so now she's thrown into the center of a situation where she doesn't have control. Everything is happening around her. They don't even seem to really notice that she's there. But she's kind of at the center of it. So she has to figure out, how can I interject in this situation in a way that is going to change the outcome. And I really like knocking characters out of their comfort zone and forcing them to think on their feet, because, you know, that's what makes stories fun. Also, sidebar, because we were talking about it earlier, that's one of the coolest things about D&D is that you set up an encounter and you hopefully set it up in a way that's going to keep your party on their toes and make them do the same thing. Think on their feet. What are my abilities that I have? How can I creatively use my abilities to deal with this situation? And one really cool thing that I've only seen done a couple of times, but that you can do for D&D, like if you ever feel like, how do I challenge my players in a way that's going to make them really creatively use the economy of the game without like metagaming too much, set a timer. Set a timer and force them to think on their feet. You can set an actual timer. We did one once where was it me who did it? I don't remember, but the DM basically set a secret timer. And so the party had enough, they could react and do things, but every time the secret timer went off, it would affect the battlefield. And they didn't know how much time they had in between, right? So they had to make choices. I think I ran that one actually, and what was happening was every time the timer went off, the platforms that they were on were rotating. So they had to make sure that they were moving and doing certain stuff or they would get separated. Another way is that Ghost Pepper one time set a timer and he's like, you have this much time to complete this task. And we were trying to save a shuttle from essentially being sucked into the gravity well of a sun. And we had a certain amount of time to do that. And we panicked, yo. We panicked. We succeeded, but oh boy, did we panic. So yeah, another thing you can do is if you want to create that urgency, but still have it be a bit more confined to the mechanics of the game, set a timer in the rounds. Like, so you have this many rounds of combat to figure out how to do this thing, and then something will happen on the battlefield. It's just such a great way to really increase the urgency of the mechanics. Because you figure, like, oh, you know, the party has time to talk about their tactics when they're at the table. But if you're like, no, you have a timer, you are on a time limit, Ah, the chaos is amazing. And it's amazing having played as a player being on a timer. Like, it's an amazing experience to have that adrenaline rush of, oh god, we have to figure this out right now. Set it in secret behind the screen, and when it's up, throw something out of left field. Exactly. Yeah, they were on, like, this big, giant cube, and the faces of the cube were, like, rotating, and so they had to get to a specific place and fight a specific thing, but they kept being shuffled. It added an interesting layer to the combat. Cheers, Pie, for the hydrate. In 5 rounds, the pie will self-destruct and go kaboom, evaporating everything in a 30-mile radius. You could do it. You could set that. So yeah, that's basically kind of what I've done in this scene. Not necessarily set a timer, but I have just thrown completely like something out of left field at my main character. She is very far outside her comfort zone, and things are escalating around her rapidly. And I just reading back over it, it feels like the perfect mix of heck yeah, this is happening, and oh my god, what the fuck. And I love it. I can't wait for my betas to read this. Move to 30 miles of me for non-related reasons. It was supposed to be meters. I see. Once the pie explodes, does everyone outside the 30-meter radius get to eat the pie? Because I would very much like to eat the pie. Just saying. Not our friend pie, but like a pie. Not a holy hell kaboom, just a decent kaboom. I gotcha. We're gonna do another quick break, because we gotta get back to the focus, and because I do such long focuses, this is my only chance to get up and move around this hour. Megan really be like, aw, sucks those people died, let's eat that pie. I mean, listen, if there's nothing I can do to save those people, then the silver lining is I at least get to eat pie, right? Listen, if the world is going to hell in a handbasket and I get to have pie, silver lining? No, not you pie. We don't eat friend pie. I mean like apple pie. I mean, I assume this scenario is not our friend pie explodes, because that would make us very sad. Even more sad than a random pie exploding. No, we don't eat friends. We don't eat friends. We eat food. Friends are not food. It's like those sharks in Finding Nemo. Fish are friends, not food. We do not eat friends. Friends are not food. Me going boom would be good for everyone. Pie, no! We love you, and we do not want to lose you to an explosion or anything else. Toasted brown sugar crumble. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh my gosh. When we were at Ghost's parents' place, his mom was looking for a pie to make for our like big Christmas dinner, and we didn't want to do any fruit pies because no pies were in season. So I was like, oh yeah, someone randomly reminded me of shoe fly pie, which I guess is another PA Dutch thing that I grew up eating because I grew up in PA Dutch country. And I was like, have you ever had shoe fly pie? And she was like, no, I don't even know what it is. And she looked up a recipe and she made it, and it was amazing. For anyone who doesn't know, shoe fly pie is basically, it's like molasses, and then you make like a brown sugar, like sort of crumble thing that you put on top, and it sinks down into the pie when it cooks. And it makes this, like, really delicious. It's an abomination. It's so good, Exiled Fae. It's so good. Do you not like shoe fly pie? Friends are not food. Exactly. But yeah, it was so good. I hadn't had shoe fly pie in so long. Just saying. Pie and Dad, I'm gonna save those hydrates for when we get back, because I'm gonna have fresh hot coffee. So if anyone else wants me to make to sip some fresh hot coffee, it's a little bit sticky, But it's not, once it cooks, it makes like a cake-like texture, if that makes sense. Rubber and incest pie? No, 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 no. It's molasses. Maybe I should mail you some shoe fly pie. I'm sure that's not enough actual perishable food in it to spoil. It is mostly sugar. I'll be right back, guys. Who would eat mole asses? It's really good, though. Lol, wrong button. Hello, I'm back. Pee pee poo poo. I just want you all to know that her husband is in love with me and I love all of you. Look, there is a lot of love in this community. We all love each other. And what I love most about us all loving each other is that we're all comfortable with it. We're all comfortable with the level of love and joy and just everything shared among this group. So yeah, there's a lot of love, and it's great. I think some people shy away from being as openly affectionate and, shall I say, flirtatious as we all tend to be with each other, but I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy. It reminds me that this is one of the best communities on Twitch, and I just feel so fortunate to have found it and be even a small part of it, and it's great. So, yes, we love you. My brain is going brr today, and also screaming, ah, Pie, are you okay? Ah, yes. We have 2 hydrates. We've got 1 for Dad. We've got 1 for Pie. Let's do those. Xarin, I think I missed your follow because I was popping AFK. Hello, welcome in. I hope you're enjoying whatever this chaos is. Nap time for Exile Faye. Heck yeah. I take it that means that your shift is over. Insect instead of incest. My internet is dying. No, Pie, stay with us, please. Hello, chaos is matching my head so nice. Nice! Well, if that's what you're looking for, you're looking for a little bit of chill and a little bit of chaos, you've come to the right place. That's what we do here. I'm about to set the timer started without me. I'm about to set my timer again and go a bit quiet while I tippy-tap, type, and edit these here scenes. But, welcome in. Let us know how you're doing. Catch you on Discord later. Exiled Faye, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope we were able to get you through the end of that day. I hope you enjoy your nap. Please let us know in the Discord. And I hope you're able to someday soon get some of that avocado toast, because it sounds like you were really looking forward to it, and it sucks that you didn't get to eat it. Off to stream. Dad, have a good stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. We love you. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see you again. Also editing and a bit of rewriting. Nice. Same here. Editing is always the hardest part of the process for me. So I 100% feel you. We're doing 30-minute focus sprints today because I actually just need that amount of time to get deep into the focus brain. I might do an extra 10 minutes tacked on to the end of this one to see if I can just get 1 extra page slipped in, because I think this is probably going to be our last sprint for the day, because I do have to eat at some point, and as much as I would really love to order the pizza for lunch, I think I'm going to save the pizza for dinner, so I'll have to go and make myself some lunch. Probably a sandwich. So yeah, so we're gonna do 30 to 40 minutes more of focus before we start thinking about where we're going to go raid. I don't know how long I'm staying. It's 10 p.m. over here, so bedtime is around the corner. No worries, Xarin. I always say if a 30-minute sprint is too long, please feel free to break it down. We usually do 20-minute sprints when I'm writing, but I just need that extra time when I'm editing. It gets me deeper into the focus. I hit my stride 10 minutes before the sprint ends. Sans, I feel you though. That's the thing. Like when I'm writing, I get right into the focus right away, and when I'm editing, it feels like it takes me until halfway through, which is why I do the longer sprint. But feel free to break down the sprints into something shorter, and also everyone is welcome to come and go as they please. We are just here to be chill and have a space where everyone can hang out and hopefully get some work done. So you're the opposite, Sans. When you're writing, it takes you a while to get into it. When you're editing, you get into it right away. it's, you know, everyone is different. So I'm starting to wonder if, because I started doing the longer sprint timers for editing because I was like, oh, I just need more focus. But I'm wondering if it's letting my brain wander too much at the start. I'm wondering if I should go back to the 20 minutes and see if that forces me to focus a little bit more. I'll probably experiment with that off stream. To see if that is indeed what is happening. I always play around a little bit with my productivity off stream just to make sure that I'm actually using the best method of keeping up with things. I wander around the first 15-20 minutes and then I start rushing to make up the time. Yeah, same. But when I write, I just go straight into it. As soon as the timer starts, I'm just instantly focused. Probably because I enjoy the writing part better. So, I mean, sometimes you just gotta get it done. And sometimes, if there's no other way to make your brain do the thing, there's no other way to make your brain do the thing. Let's get that timer going for realsies. I'm gonna get quiet, but you guys don't have to be. Fake it till you make it. Exactly. Pretend that you know what you're doing, and someday you might actually know what you're doing. That's my philosophy anyway. one scene down, and we're gonna see how far we can get in the next one. I'm just gonna scoot over and grab my blanket. I feel like most people learn just enough to look like they know what they're doing and then wing it from there. Honestly, I agree. The deeper I get into adulthood, the more I realize that it's just always chaos. And we all just kind of barely know what we're doing. And we're all just kind of hanging on for the ride. I've added 405 words tonight. Nice! Not much, but Body thinks it's time to go to sleep. Hope we'll catch your next sprint. Have fun. Thank you so much for stopping by, Xarian. I hope you have a wonderful night of sleep. And 405 words is nothing to shake a stick at, for sure. This is probably my last stream for this week, but I will be back next week. So keep an eye out on either the Twitch schedule or the Discord. I spelled Discord wrong the first time, you guys. Hannah, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Oceana Mystic, hello. Timberwolf, hello. We are in the middle of a focus, but welcome in. How are you guys doing? Mud Gang, hello. Sage Schmage, hello. Peter, hello. Good evening. Gotta bounce. No worries. I hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for the raid, and I hope you have a great day. Was laying in bed feeling sad, trying to snooze, but now I'm awake and here, waka waka, trying to think of something to eat, but there's literally nothing either inside or outside my house. Oh no, Peter, I'm so sorry. I hope you're able to find something lurking in the pantry that will satisfy your cravings. Here's some Ursula mug, which I know you like. Behold the beauty of Ursula, just for you, Peter. The routine of Ursula is comforting and delightful. I'm glad, Peter. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I'm living a spider-free life. There was a spider yesterday. It wasn't fun. There was a harrowing battle. I was triumphant, but it was exhausting. Today we're living a spider-free life, getting these words edited. If I was to say that like an English person, what the fuck you doing? Just edits. Life should be, as you know what, if I go outside and there's spiders, that's where they live, but inside it should be spider-free. I agree. This is my domain and I didn't invite any spiders in. I tried playing Valheim last night. I did it off stream, but I really liked it. Nice! I've not played that game, but I know that Ghost Pepper plays a lot of it. Listen, if a spider could pay me rent, I still wouldn't want it in my office. I know the timer is up, but I'm gonna go just a little bit further here, I think. I'm gonna at least finish this page. so I'm almost done here. I'm just going to leave myself a note because I think there is a slight change I wanted to make. I do like it when I think that I didn't put in enough details and I go back through and edit and find that most of the details I actually needed were there. So that's good. I am going to stop here for now because it is getting on towards what is past actually when I usually like to eat my lunch. So we are going to call it here. I think we did a fair number. 7 pages of editing. I wanted to do 8, but I will take 7. It is a little over halfway through what I wanted to get done today. Today for lunch, probably a tuna and egg salad sandwich with some fresh veggies chopped on the side. It's my usual go-to. Tonight I'm ordering a pizza, so I guess I should have a somewhat healthy-ish lunch. Because Ghost Pepper is not going to be home for dinner tonight, so I am going to be having a pizza. Because I'm going to order from a place where I can get goat cheese, which is gentler on my tum-tum. But for now, let us see who is around, who is streaming that we can drop in on. Who is doing... Who is doing focus? Let's see. Just sitting through some ads here. The spidery boy is dead. He was, so Flanny didn't get to see this yesterday. This is my desk, right? Which is pretty deep. You can see the corner, so I couldn't like get a chair into the corner. And he was up there in that spot, right up there in the corner. So you can tell that I wouldn't have been able to reach him. But he moved. He revealed himself. He is deep, deep down in hell where he belongs. He did die. I did slay him. It's a spider-free life today, my friends. It's a spider-free life. Let's see. Looking at people that we have not rated in a while, it looks like Satoru is doing a rating. I don't know if he is doing sprints, but he's definitely rating, and we haven't dropped in over there in a while, so let's do it. Let's go say hello to Satoru. I believe I found this writer through coffee. I found a lot of writers through coffee. Listen, guys, the spider was in my territory. He was not invited. He had no right to be here. He's gone now. I'm happier. We also, as of this morning, it is Star Trek Picard free life. No more disappointment for any of us. We are hoping to start Picard season 3 this weekend. Listen, Neo, you were so far away. It was such a long way to go. I wanted to spare you having to make that trip. I know that you were ready to swim, and I appreciate that you were on board with that you were that dedicated to our friendship and also saving that spider's life, that you were going to swim all the way here from France. But it happened. It was fast. He moved. There's a clip for anyone who hasn't seen the clip. There's a clip of the moment where it started to go down, and I couldn't even wait for Ghost Pepper. I had to take action. He was very proud of me. He tried to tell me that he doesn't need to deal with the spiders anymore, but that's not true. He always needs to deal with the spiders because it was harrowing. There was screaming. Let's do a raid. If you have my emotes, please feel free to use them. And if not, please feel free to use any emotes, really, that you have that make you happy, because it's all about spreading the love, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go drop in on another writer, spread some love. I am going to go get some food. This is it for me for this week, because tomorrow I actually have to do a bunch of Out Loud stuff, which would be massively spoilery to do on stream. So I will be not AFK, but not on stream. I will be back sometime next week with 3 more streams. I'm not sure exactly when they'll be. Probably not Monday, because the Furnace guys are coming Monday. But we will be doing at least 2 editing streams and 1 writing stream, because we're going to do some more Kryptonia shorts. We're going to introduce another new god to the Pantheon and see how that goes. So have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Please remember to eat, to drink, to sleep, to take your medication if you need to. Remember that I love you. You're all amazing, and I appreciate you hanging out with me so much. Thank you, Hannah, for the raid. Thank you, just everyone who hung out and who was awesome, which is all of you. I'll miss you, but I'll see you again soon. Please take care until we see each other again.